before I go any further, I have to tell you that anything that Steve Sarver told you, forget it. One thing for absolute certain, I know ever so well that I am anything but even a smart man in this world. And I know ever so well how terribly brilliant all of you are. Now, let me just say just a couple things. The young man that sang here earlier, our wonderful anthem, just think about this just a second. They say, it was said he is a second-year student. And I don't know where you are, but you may never, ever graduate from here. Because you sing so well, they may make it to where you just are here for a long, long, long time. Now today, I will speak, as many people have characterized me, as folksy, right to the point, always telling you the truth. I won't give you this great, great, great presentation and speech, but I hope I will give you some wisdom along the way. You see, I don't really think you want to talk to me or you want to hear from me. You want on just a level that you have heard so many times where speakers speak and can somewhat put you to sleep. Now, you see, I'm wearing the tassel on this side because I understand that I'm going to be receiving a degree here that's unbelievable. And it's unbelievable because of just this, a doctorate, a doctor. You know, I've been many places, and I've got to tell you this story because it's true as it can be. I was in this particular place and I was introduced as, a long time ago, I was a captain. Then I became a coach. Then I became a dad, a husband, a president, a CEO, a governor. And up in the gallery or the audience stood a man and he said, "Sir, you know what all those degrees mean to me? They remind me of a pig with a curly tail. The only thing that I really recognize in those degrees is a doctor." So just think, now I can go back to this man because his response was, "As those degrees that you have remind me of a pig with a curly tail, they sure add a lot more style to you, but not another pound of meat." He made me feel bad. But today, I want to especially thank Dr. Edelman and Cheryl. 16 years they've been here. Dr. Edelman has been the president of this great organization for 10 years. Dr. Nimitz is taking over. It is phenomenal, phenomenal what has happened here. As we were coming in, I was driving around right out here in a golf cart. And as a postgraduate, I came to Greenbrier Military School because my dad was convinced that I needed another year before I went to college. And I lived in the quadrangle right over on the right-hand side on the 3rd floor. Now, a kind lady with me said, "Let's put a plaque up there that you lived there." And I said, what would be more fitting is to put a little plaque in where the quadrangle went around, where I walked over and over, day after day, walking demerits off, and there was a little groove in the concrete from where I walked. Now today, a special thanks to our Board of Governors, to our faculty and staff, to all the parents, all the graduates, all the families. What an incredible day. A day for you to be so blooming proud, it's unthinkable. Unthinkable how proud you are of your accomplishments and the fact that your friends and parents of your children and your friends and what these people have done. Now, I salute the great teachers that have brought you to this level. And I want to take you on a little bit of a journey today, and it'll look like you're going off, but I think in the end you'll really understand. Now, no question this school has a terrific reputation. Dr. Edelman mentioned of just a few of the accolades, and I'm not going to go into those because there's so many, it is unbelievable. But to think you graduate as many as WVU and Marshall together, just to think of all those that are serving throughout rural West Virginia, I would say to every one of you, you may go off for a while, but we want you back. We want you back right here in West Virginia. We are on our way now. We are really, truly moving. And this state, with all this incredible beauty and all these wonderful people, now is going to provide you opportunities. And so you may be allowed to go off for a little while to achieve additional training, but you've got to come back. And I'm taking names. Now, let me tell you this. Our beautiful daughter, Jill, is one of you. She just had our first grandchild. And now, I don't know how that kid will make it because he will be so blooming spoiled, it's unbelievable. And he likes sweet potatoes. And he's 5 months old now. And I had him in my arms just the other day, and I had a chocolate chip cookie. And I put the cookie up to his mouth, and he started, I couldn't get him away from it. And he was dying to have that chocolate chip cookie. And so, you know, he may grow to do what I did. You know, one time, I, believe it or not, was really skinny. I was. And then I grew another body. Now, I played basketball right over here. We won our home opener. I think we were playing Bluefield State, and I just was saying earlier, we were behind 90-80 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the game. I made a shot from half court as the buzzer went off at halftime of that game. And our point guard fouled out of that game. We ended up winning that game 93-90. The cadets, who were almost kept in captivity here, they were at the game and they were completely crazy. There is so many things about this place in time, and you that is so incredibly special. Now, there's a couple of kids here, there's probably more than this that I should know, but Breanne Poland and Chad Brady are here somewhere. And I really, and especially Breanne, I can remember when you were like this big, and now I can remember when I was like this big too. But I congratulate all of you in every way. Now, I would tell you that this life is now going to take you on a journey. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that journey. If I were to ask you, first of all, from a wisdom standpoint, what do you have to do in life to get better? What do you got to do to get better? I would bet that you would say answers like study harder, or be more focused, or be more determined, or communicate better, or try harder. But I would tell you just this, and you better listen to me here. If you want to get better in this life, the first thing you better do is admit you're doing something wrong. It's the foundation of everything we have all around us. If you're an alcoholic, what do? You don't say, I'm going to practice harder. That ain't going to work. You have to stand up in front of everyone and say, I'm screwing up. When you're saved at the church, what do? Same thing. We oftentimes forget that, and many of us can't do that. I can. I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'll never not tell you anything but the truth. Now, I believe this with all my soul too. How do you make a friend? You tell a secret, you ask a favor, and you make a confession. Think about it. It's ever, ever so true. Now, let me just tell you this too, and I only am speaking this to the men or the young men that are here in this graduating class. You will hear throughout all your lives, behind every great man is an even greater woman. Don't buy into that. I'm telling you, if something happens to me, investigate Kathy. Because she's trying to get me. Now, I also believe strongly this, that the good Lord gave you the ability to smile and to laugh. And this journey is going to be tough. You may think that it's been tough to achieve where you are right now. You may think it was stressful. You have no clue what you're in store for. This life is going to be tough. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, it's going to be stressful. It's going to have great, great, great rewards, but it's going to be tough. Smile every opportunity you can and laugh every opportunity you can. Now, I would tell you, for anyone in this crowd that thinks being Jim Justice is easy, you're crazy. You're completely crazy. I would tell you that no matter what I've done with all my heart, with a real passion, a real dedication. But I can tell you, it's tough being Jim Justice. And it will be tough being who you are. Now, let me just keep going and say you just this and kind of try to tie this whole thing together. I ran for governor. The reason I ran, did Jim Justice need to be governor for Jim Justice? No way. No way. I had plenty to do. Plenty and then some to do. I ran because I felt like in my heart that was what I was supposed to do. I felt like in my heart that West Virginia had been dead last, and I could help change that. And we have. When I walked in on day one, and I do know a lot about business, guys, but when I walked in on day one and they handed me the books, no company could have been more bankrupt than this state was. No company could have ever been more bankrupt than this state was. And the outlook was beyond belief horrible. We took the reddest numbers of all time and turned them black in a very, very quick period of time. We changed the footprint of education and put it as our centerpiece right off the get-go. Not only did we do that, we announced the road bond referendum, and now there's orange cones all over Kingdom Come. Now, in addition to that, the O School could have possibly been threatened to become privatized, and I stepped in the way. And not only that, we had redundancy in the education and the arts, but I said the only way that I'll let that department go is that we grow the arts, and we've done it. And this is what I'm saying to you. In all of that, which has been a miracle beyond belief, many don't know it. Many only know the sound bites of the garbage that some way reported sometimes in the newspapers and the news. Sometimes stones are cast over and over. We have a story to tell that is unbelievable, but yet the stones hurt, and they hurt a lot. And you may say, well, where does he draw his strength? And I personally draw my strength from God above. Now, I would tell you just this. People, person after person after person comes to me and say, I couldn't do it. I couldn't possibly stand to do what you're doing. Not just the governorship, the business, on and on. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. And you know what? They're right. They couldn't do it. I was selected to do it. And I would tell you, every last one of you, I was selected as Jim Justice for a reason. Every single last one of you are selected, chosen for a reason. You can do it. You can endure it. Many can't. You have already proven you can. Think about this, and I'm going to speak at 100,000 feet. Again, Jim, where do you draw your strength? Where are you going to draw your strength? Where are you going to draw your strength when you've given all you can give? When you've been up 48 straight hours and you're concerned and you're giving every single ounce of your brain power and all you have. And oftentimes it's ignored. And oftentimes stones are thrown. How are you going to manage that? How are you going to do that? I think about one of the great men, one of the very greatest. Think about Moses just a second. Think about how he went through life. Think about when he basically was leading the Israelites. How was their attitude on many days when this man was providing through God for all their needs? It wasn't very good. But yet, he was chosen to do it. Now, I believe with all in me, you, graduates, have been prepared by these great people and this great institution. But you are here. You are here for a reason. And I would say now, go on your ways in life. You better end up back in West Virginia. But go on your ways in life and do greatness. In your own way, in your own ways, do greatness. Now, I'll leave you with just one last thing, and that is just this. This is an honor for me beyond belief. This is an honor to speak to you as a governor, as your friend, as someone that truly loves you and someone that respects your accomplishments beyond belief. You are absolutely the elite of the elite, the smartest of the smartest. You have an insight that's unbelievable, and you have grit. You will be asked many times or told many times. People will come up to you and say, "How do you do it?" Or, "I could never do what you do. I couldn't do it. I couldn't possibly deliver how you have delivered," and then be ridiculed or a stone be thrown. Just remember just this. You have something that is really special. And I thank you for it and wish you the greatest, greatest happiness. The rewards will be very many. The stress will be tough, but you'll make that battle a win. So again, I congratulate you and God bless you, and I thank you so much for allowing me to be here.